Hello everyone, welcome to a new conference. Let's continue improving our skills as teachers. Today I have an important topic for you. Okay, and let's start. It's about developing your teaching practice. Moving on your CPD. So let's see what are we talking about. Here we have the topics that we are going to cover. We're going to reflect on your professional life and development, defining what is CPD, what to do, the CPD cycle, formal development, and CPD effectiveness. First, we have to reflect. What stage of your teaching career are you at? Now that we are getting graduated from the university, let's think. Are you still training to be an English teacher? Or already teaching but you are new to do it? Or you have been teaching for a long time? It is going to help you to set our basis in order to know what are we going to do. Now here we have CPD, which stands for Continuous Professional Development. So, what is it? How can we define it? Continuous professional development is an ongoing process which involves improving your professional knowledge, competencies, skills, and effectiveness. And we should know why are we deciding to improve our skills and what are we going to do? Continuous professional development can be obtained by formal or informal teaching, and one of its big advantages is that it ensures you to be competent in your profession. And what can we do? So, developing on your own. Well, it will depend on the context, your needs, knowing how a novice and expert teacher think and learn. So some teachers may be more traditional, they should have a traditional philosophy, but others probably will be more technological efficient. So as teachers, we should know that the teaching process is not linear, and we should differentiate between training versus development, because in education and it is completely different. Training and development differs one from each other on their content and objective. Training is a short-term process which is focused on learning more technical knowledge for a definite purpose. Development is a long-term process where personnel learn conceptual and theoretical knowledge for a general purpose. So we could say that development is a more holistic term aiming at overall personality development, focusing on behavioral aspects such as leadership and others. Or teaching professional development is a process, so we need that it is necessary to know about the steps that we have to follow. And here we have the CPD cycle. First of all, we have identification, where you are going to identify your potential learned outcomes, and then you will plan what are you going to do, how will you achieve your goals, so how will you track your process and your development. Also, you have to take action on what you are going to do and how are you going to do it, reviewing about what you have done, taking action again, and finally reflecting about your own progress. And the most important is here you have to evaluate about your process, about what you have done and achieved, and being proud of what you have done until here. Now, what can you do? So, continuous professional development by your own. Here you will reflect about your own process, identifying where your weaknesses are, and if you need to improve your resources or your class managers, etc. And then we have communities of practice. Here, for example, you can join to an EFL group on Facebook to exchange your ideas. You will compare your experience. So here in Honduras, we have some of these communities. For example, TESOL, CELTA, so you could join the also you could observe others. Learning about others, it is important because you will look for a particular approach development and asking or finding a suggestion. And the last one is team planning or teaching. What you have to do here at the end is apply peer assessment and reflection at the end of the lesson. Identifying if the levels of teaching helps your students and reflecting about your learning outcomes. Our continuous professional development can be achieved by formal development. And how? What can you do? You can gather on MOOCs, such as massive open online courses, the free courses that we can find on internet, webinars of famous universities such as Oxford and Cambridge. You could receive information about Facebook Live, as I said before, about TESOL, CELTA here in Honduras, and for sure about YouTube videos where you should be aware about your weakness, what you are looking for, what exactly do you want to learn, and look for the necessary information. And also we have the formal certifications. All of us know about them. We have, for example, TEFL, TESOL, TESL, CELTA, Delta, and IELTS, take KT, for example, the previous one, IELTS. It's about the International English Language Testing, and that is one of the most recognized tests because it is done for migration and also for education. If you want to go and study abroad, you should take this test, and probably one of these others, which is TESOL or TOEFL. And the last one is TKT, which is for teaching knowledge test, focus on more specific language areas, such as a specific skill, a specific content, or so on. You can take advantage of all these formal certifications, and you will recognize all the benefits that we could get from CPD or continuous professional development. You will have personal and professional benefits. For example, achieving your company standards, having individual and staff commitment with your co-workers, allows sharing practices, as I mentioned before, communities of practice, sharing your ideas, your experiences. You will maximize your professional potential, and of course you will improve your mood and confidence. CPD can only be effective when it is part of a planned process. As I said before, the C CPD cycle, okay, where you have to follow some steps. Also, when there is a clear perspective on the improvement required, when it is tailored individual to each professional, and when it is taught by people who have the necessary expertise and skills on the area. And I want to share with you this quote. It says, "Personal development is the conscious choice to improve one's life, to become a better person, and to grow as individual." So, continuous professional development will improve you not just as individual, but also as a professional. So, in the teaching learning process, it becomes a must. It is a continued development. You have to continue learning. You have to learn every day. So let's take advantage of all the tools that we have around and improve our personal and professional life. So thank you so much. I hope that you have enjoyed this conference, and see you until next time. Take care. Bye bye.